group. My group is formed by Yuri,
Juan.
and me, Anna. We're going to talk about art in the decade of 80s.
Okay, let's start. The 1918 was a vibrant and influential decade for art, with several notable art movements and artists emerging during this time. Here are some key art movements and artists that defined the art scene in the 1980s. Now, we are going to talk about some movements in this decade.
Yuri will talk about
Next personing emerged in response to 1980s minimalism and conceptual art. Prominent artists like Julian Schnabel and Michael Basquiat and Ansel Kiefer gained fame for their bold, expressive, and large-scale works, focused on raw emotion and personal stories.
Tell me, Yuri, why have you chosen these artworks?
I have chosen these works by Julian Schnabel and Michael Basquiat and Ansel Kiefer because I like the colors as they mix them very well. Also, because each one represents something different between history, the poor, and religion.
Oh, I like your point of view about it.
Second, here in the 1980s, graffiti and the street art again promise as notable artist forms. Artists like Hein Herring and Hein Michael Basquiat began as graffiti creatives, crafty, dynamic, and living pictures that frequently carry social and political commentaries.
You know, tell us why you have chosen them.
I chosen the fish walk because they represent different dualities. The colors of the walks are very striking, and the small characters bring various meanings. I chosen the second walk because the drawing and uncertainty of the rings worn by the characters catch my attention.
Oh, you know I love your point of view. Now, my friend Juan will tell us about other movements in that decade.
Juan is going to talk about
Third, pop art. Originated in the 1950s and 1960s, its influence continued into the 1980s. Artists such as Andy Warhol, Roy Lichtenstein, and Robert Rauschenberg continued to explore popular culture imagery and consumerism, using techniques like screen printing and vibrant colors.
What's your feeling is know these artworks?
I found Andy's portrait interesting. Roy's because it's not just a painting. Robert is a curious way of representing the flag of the United States.
It's amazing your point.
Fourth, appropriation art. The 1980s saw the rise of appropriation art, where artists borrowed and reconceptualized existing images and objects. Artists like Cherry Levine and Richard Prince create works that challenge notion of authorship and originality.
I like this too. Now tell us our point of the view about these artworks.
Cherry's work is interesting because of his background, and I like Richard because he is a cowboy.
Oh, it is interesting, Juan. Tell us about the final movements.
Anna will tell us about
Fifth, the picture generations was a loosely affiliated group of artists who emerged in the late 1970s and gained prominence in the 1980s. Artists like Cindy Sherman, Barbara Kruger, and Richard Pines explore themes of identity, media and consumer culture through photography, collage, and text.
Okay, explain your choice with these artworks.
I choose this work because I like the feminist art by part of Cindy and Barbara, and the work by part for Richard is cool and simple.
Wonderful!
6. New media art. The 1980s saw advancements in digital technology, leading to the emergence of new media art. Artists like Namjoon Paik and Bill Viola embrace video, computer graphics, and interactive installations to explore the relationships between art and technology.
Hmm, it's curious the second. Now, explain, my friend.
I choose this work because the colors are fantastic and flashy.
I like it.
These are just a few examples of the diverse and dynamic art movements and artists that shaped the art scene in the 1980s. The decade witnessed a fusion of various styles, techniques, and themes, leaving a lasting impact on contemporary art.
Now, my friend Anna is going to talk about a famous artist in Colombia, the only one and unique Fernando Botero.
The renowned Colombian artist Botero has been exhibiting around the world since the 17th. Although his fame was consolidated in the 80s, his work has been shown in the major cities such as Dubai, London, Rome, San Francisco, Chicago, Basel, and Buenos Aires, among others. His art has transcended borders and has occupied iconic spaces such as the Champs-Élysées in Paris, New York's Grand Avenue, Barcelona's Rambla, the Raval, and the Ebel's Pyramids of Egypt. Botero's international influence and his ability to captivate the public with his Bluetooth figures are evident in the emblematic squares and streets of various cosmopolitan cities around the world.
We will show you the work we chose by Botero.
We took a work by Botero titled "Couple Dancing" as the colors are striking and there is a nice vibe.
And my partner Anna chose us a work she made using the technique of Botero and Harry.
Okay, I do this work taking on the style of Botero and Haring. The work is simple, but I like it. I like the final result, and the words means the more we remain silent in the face of the injustice that happen every day, the more guilt we will feel.
Oh, good.
Now, Judy will read us a paper about his thoughts on art.
At a simple word that brings with a great variety of feelings. The generate admiration, peace, amazement, and above all serenity. This art has always represented throughout the years. Awaken our gravity and hope for a better world before eyes. Taken us the another onwards. Little Crowet and show us the true beauty in a day, very day. They showing us different ways of expressing ourselves through the strongest on paper. Something unspeakable and admirable.
Wow, it's awesome.
And finally, Juan will show us a work he made.
This little recreation is inspired by Charles Evans' work called After Walker Evans, with some touches of mine like a kind of left to right diagonal striping.
And this is the end of our gallery. See you guys. Now the art gallery is closed.